All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about loading customer vehicles. This is something that most of you will probably end up doing. You get to see all sorts of vehicles, all sorts of people, all sorts of stuff to load. So a little bit of a start. We have sheets of plastic and sheets of paper. Always offer the customer if they would like to put any of this down just to help keep their car a bit cleaner. As it says, dirt belongs in your garden, not in your vehicle. We try and abide by that. As far as the plastic, these are sheets. They're about 4 foot or about the size of a regular trunk, and they are perforated. You'll always see folks kind of struggling with these. Easiest way to find the perforation is this little green notch right up at the top. That's exactly where it's perforated, just like that. Now, as far as the paper, it's on this roll, and you just tear off a sheet. You see, usually ends up looking like this, all cut up and all funky. That's because people are pulling from the top. With this, always pull from the bottom. Look at that. You aren't left with that crazy jagged edge. Makes it a lot easier. So again, plenty of paper, plastic. Always ask the customer if they'd like it, especially if you're going into a sedan, on a seat, in a trunk, something like that. All right, so one of the most common things we get, or you'll see it quite commonly, is folks will come in and they'll get a whole bunch of soils. You know, we're talking 20 bags of mulch or 10 bags of mulch and 20 bags of manure and all sorts of stuff. Whenever you get a loading like that, don't be afraid, call for backup. We all have radios, we're all wearing radios. If it's something more than you want to or think you're capable of loading by yourself, call a buddy. There's no point in breaking your back or hurting yourself or just tiring yourself out more than you need to loading this stuff. That being said, you know, we've got all the soils. We always stack 2 pallets deep. So we talked about doing a whole bunch of soils or bags, anything like that. Same thing holds true with trees, pottery, fountains. If it's more than you're comfortable loading by yourself, call a buddy. There's plenty of us here to help, and everyone gets a load. We all do it. So, Claire, thanks for helping out. Pull this off. Ready?
Yep.
Now, once you get a tree in the truck, what we always recommend doing or like to do is lay the tree down, especially if folks have far to go. For evergreens, it's not that big of a deal, but deciduous trees, you'll always want to lay the tree down. It will travel much safer. So, it's always easiest to put the pot up against the bed of a truck like this, or in an SUV, you can do the same. And then most of the times, anytime someone buys a tree or a shrub, something large like this, they're usually getting soil along with that. We'll use the soil next to the tree to keep it from rolling around, to kind of lock it in place and help keep it secure on the drive home.